Now to the latest from the Middle East. Today, Israeli forces began withdrawing from a crucial Gaza corridor that separates northern and southern Gaza as part of the ceasefire deal with Hamas. This comes as President Trump announcing his plans to seek U.S. ownership of the Gaza Strip and to move its population out. NewsNation national security contributor Tracy Walder joining us on this. She's also former CIA officer and FBI special agent. Tracy, always good to see you. Thanks for making the time tonight.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
And Trump wants to remove the Palestinians from Gaza. We heard from NewsNation's Geraldo Rivera yesterday on this topic. He has covered Gaza since the 70s. Let's take a quick listen together.
I've been in and out of Gaza many, many times. Gaza has 2 million people stuffed in it. Where in the world are they supposed to go? Where are they going to go when President Trump and Jared Kushner are building their Riviera in the Eastern Mediterranean? It is home for these people that need a place to live. Egypt's not going to take them, even if Egypt took them. What are you going to put them in a tent city? What are you, Jordan? Jordan already has hundreds of thousands of Palestinian refugees. Lebanon still has the refugees from the 1948 civil war that still have not been resettled in Lebanon. I think that it's impractical and it's never going to happen.
Yeah, Tracy, I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this. You are so familiar with this region and secondarily, the effect on national security this might have.
Well, I think this is going to have a tremendous impact. And, as Geraldo was saying, Egypt and Jordan have already come forward and said, drawn a line sort of in the sand and said, we will not take them. And so really, where are you going to put this, 2 million plus people who this is their homeland? And the other kind of implication that I see for this is actually the hostages. I believe that this could have a very negative impact on them. If Hamas sees this as sort of the end point, which the reality is that's basically what Trump is saying, will they stop negotiating and will they stop releasing hostages? And ultimately, that's what Israel wants, is their hostages back.
Yeah, that is such an interesting point. And I know, Tracy, you have extensive experience interviewing and questioning terrorists. And there was one young terrorist in particular in the past that changed your worldview. Can you share a little bit about how he was radicalized?
Yeah, the interesting thing was I thought I knew the answer to his question about radicalization. And the reality was I didn't. He was from a state that would be considered a failed state, which the reality is that's what Gaza is right now at this point in time. The government there cannot meet the basic needs of their citizens. They have no infrastructure, no running water, no medicine, those kinds of things. And as a result, people turn to nefarious actors such as terrorist organizations to provide those things. And that's what is happening here.
What needs to happen with the future of Gaza, whoever ends up owning it or occupying it, to prevent it from becoming that sort of vacuum that leads to future radicalized terrorists? Does U.S. ownership help or hurt the matter?
I personally believe that it hurts the matter. And I really appreciate you asking that question because I think it's something we're not talking about. President Trump talked about rebuilding the infrastructure there, and that needs to be done. There's no question. I think most people could actually agree with that. But how do you change this ideology that has really been ingrained for decades and generations of families? And if that doesn't change, the reality is we are going to end up right back where we started from. So I think a lot needs to be done really in terms of education as well in this area, not just the infrastructure.
All right, Tracy Walder, always appreciate the context and time. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.